Hi, we're here right after the Academy lunch, the nominees lunch, and you were there for the first time.
I know, I was there for the first time.
It's really a wonderful kind of backslapping, supportive place with a lot of camaraderie.
What's nice about it is I think it sounds daunting and very important, and it is important, but I think more importantly, you turn around and you realize half of them are people you worked with before. From editors to musicians to composers to cinematographers to actors. I'd forgotten how long I'd worked in this business until I went in the room, and then you saw so many people, some of the nominees. You know, Jeff Bridges was one of my first jobs.
And you were hanging out with him during the photo.
It was hilarious because he just was saying all kinds of things that you're like, please don't let anyone hear what he's saying about that other person over there. But he's got such a great, grounded, fun spirit about this whole thing, and it's nice to be around him because he just takes the hot air out of it, and he puts the joy of being around your fellow artists back into it, and it's just nice. It's just really nice.
Now, you were up in Santa Barbara. I saw your tribute, and I learned a lot from your tribute.
Did you?
And I wondered, what did it feel like for you to have someone just grilling you like that about your life?
Grilling, I don't mind.
Yeah.
The grilling, Q&As, because you can deflect anything. But what was painful was seeing some of the footage of my earlier work, because I always feel like someone should be dead when they see a tribute like that. That's what they show up for someone's passed away. And let me show you the body of their work. I'd say about the first third was humiliating. A lot of bad bang choices. And then I started appreciating some things that I haven't seen in 5, 6, 7 years. When they came out, I was able to see and just go, wow, that was different than what I remembered. And I was happy about it.
I think the thing that shocked me the most was the idea that anyone would cast you in a television show and tell you couldn't be funny. I was horrified by that.
And I wasn't allowed to do the accent. It was sort of like the stripping. And I also think TV at that time was not what TV is now. I didn't know that being funny was going to be my greatest joy, and I didn't know I was going to be able to do it as my job at that point. But even though that show was Working Girl and was supposed to be a sitcom, it was a really unfortunate 13 episodes, but I learned a lot. I think that's the first time I learned to sort of pipe up a little bit.
Yeah.
That you're allowed to pipe up a little bit. I didn't really, wasn't doing it a lot, but I learned that I needed to.
Well, one of the other things I got from it was the idea that in a way you wanted to be taken seriously, of course, as if you weren't a woman. You know, that you wanted to be able to be the dude, the slapstick comedian, the Jim Carrey.
Yeah.
And I really got that from you.
It's always better written. The men's part, the comedy parts for men are always, I grew up with Jerry Lewis and the Marx Brothers and Carol Burnett as well. And that kind of comedy didn't exist when I started in the business. That's why I would always sort of transcribe old Carol Burnett scripts or old Jerry Lewis skits and do them in front of a makeshift camera at home. They didn't write them when I started in the business. So you had to play the girlfriend or find a moment or find a physical moment that wasn't written to make someone laugh, because it wasn't on the page. I had to sort of, what can I do with this cup, the saucer, and the cat to make something entertaining and fun.
Yeah, but do you feel that, what's so great about Blindside is that you were playing a character part, really, and it was a lead, but it wasn't a romantic comedy lead, and you seem to have steered away from that, except for the proposal where the script was so good that you... Yeah,
to me, the proposal was a character as well. I'm finding that I do better where I have a clear idea of who the person is and isn't. It's not just generic, Sally, 35, Sally, 48, mother of 2. Okay, that describes no one, and you have to sort of. I like when there's some sort of hook to hang your ideas on that gives you a foundation. And when something's well written, it generally has a character in mind. And I love character work. That's why I love comedy so much, because you can slip into characters. You don't have to be the arm piece, the ingenue, the cute girl or the beautiful woman. You can be an old woman. You can be odd and awkward, and that's probably why I migrated to comedy so much.
Well, but part of what goes on in Hollywood is that there aren't that many scripts that are of high quality written for women. That's part of what we're talking about.
You
think so? Meryl was suggesting that at
if you look at
the Globes.
This year, use me as the example. How long have I been in this business? And this year I had 2 wonderful opportunities in work that have just opened more doors at this time, and both written by men. And I feel both very strong and clear characters, and I think, you know, it's because others blazed the path already and said, you know, women do go to the movies, you just have to make them good. We're not going to go to the movies first weekend if they're crap. That's the difference between men and women.
Thank you, Sandra.
You're welcome.